Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder coverage here for you as we keep working our way through the English commanders. Today we're taking a look at the other Morgan, Colonel Edward Morgan. So let's jump right in here. So we got 25 points, can lead any English Caribbean militia force. We are getting that solid command range of 12 and 2 command points for the cost there. Does have a pistol and a standard melee weapon, but really a large part of what we're getting for him is the collection of special rules. So we got motivated, heat stroke, inspiring, and expertly drilled, which is a pretty solid package. So let's take a look at that. So with motivated, when this commander uses a command point to give a unit an action, the commander's unit may take a point of fatigue to give it an additional action. So with the right kind of back and forth on that, without putting yourself in a bad spot by taking that extra fatigue, giving another unit 2 extra actions, which could be his own instantly, right, is huge. So again, anything that we can do to increase economy of actions over the course of a game, ideally if we can take many more actions than the opponent, we should hopefully be in a good spot, all things considered. So that is a very useful ability, especially then also if we find other ways to, again, mitigate that fatigue. Heat stroke, if this model's unit becomes shaken, roll a d10. If it's a 6+, the commander is removed as a casualty. So there is a very real downside there. So we got to be very careful with how closely we get him engaged by enemy units. We really don't want that fatigue to pile up too much, because again, we could motivate ourselves much closer to having that heat stroke, and then losing your commander just on a roll like this is ultimately a horrible way for him to go out, and a horrible use of the points then ultimately. All right, finally, inspiring. We've seen that before. All friendly units within the command range of this commander may reroll any failed rally test results when the commander's unit is active. So that is pretty special there, especially when we're maybe doling out some command points to make that happen. Really should keep your force in the fight that much longer. And finally, expertly drilled is another good ability. This unit has the drilled special rule. In addition, if the unit activates with a spade or heart and makes a successful dedicated shoot action with muskets while in formation, a lot of little pieces to this, the defending unit must roll an additional d10 when taking its fatigue test from the attack, which is just fantastic. Again, in addition to us finding ways to get fatigue off of our units and things like that, we ideally want to put that much more, just in general, right, as a good rule of thumb, we want to pile on the fatigue onto the enemy, even if we're not necessarily getting kills and removing units, which should be priority 1. But if we can just pile fatigue onto them, that'll help dictate what their turns will be like, right? Can we put enough fatigue onto an enemy unit to get them to be shaken? Can we just rout them potentially with enough fatigue? All kinds of things that we can consider there. But yeah, good ability to have. So all in all, a pretty solid package with the one downside there of heat stroke, where we just have to monitor the amount of fatigue that will be on our character's unit here. Again, it's not a guarantee that he's going to go out, right? It's a 6-up, so you can gamble a little bit with it, but this is something that you have to be careful with, right? And maybe reserve like some fortune points just for at least a reroll there. But all in all, pretty solid package. Not necessarily as good as Henry Morgan, but a few things are, but still a fun character to try. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you have tried to run Edward Morgan, how that's worked for you. Has the fatigue been an issue for you? Have you ever lost him to heat stroke? What forces have you had success with against him, and where have you maybe struggled a little bit? Hit us up in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll have more Blood and Plunder for you soon.